What up, what up, what up? Welcome to LSCD. It's your girl Madam Money, aka Trap. I'm chilling with the best right hand in all the land. My guy over here, he's masked up.
Quarantine Boss, aka
Oh,
Raid, aka Put Out the Rat Poison.
oh my God, nigga
It's
said
gonna
we on
be.
an
You already,
extermination. We
you
on
already know what it
extermination
is.
today.
Yeah, it's super trash. Jersey 420 chef, man that bounced across the land, quarantine, and we gotta talk about all these people that's in the can. Like, let's talk about what's going on because this niggas making it out the box, niggas making it out the can for a second life. What the fuck?
It's
What the
crazy
fuck?
as hell. As we all know, 6ix 9ine has been released. We know he was released. He's already out here making music. He dropped a video. Well, first we're gonna start with his live. He had a live that actually broke the internet. He broke the internet twice actually. He had a YouTube live that broke the internet. Everything crashed over there. Then he had an Instagram live with over 2 million viewers, and like he was only on for a couple minutes to be honest with you. He really cut in and out of that 2 million. I was real surprised to see some of the people that I saw in there, and then I was definitely surprised to see some of the people that had actively participated in this as well. So we're gonna get into all of that. I want to be the first to say, Jersey never heard the song. I never heard the song. Anybody who knows me knows that that shit is extremely hard. But when you have any integrity in this shit, sometimes it's not about views, comments, none of this shit. You're not supposed to align yourself with this shit. You don't give it no energy. You feel me?
Right.
That's crazy. Over the last 4 days, he has accumulated over 104 million views. 4 days. Crazy as hell. Now I can't comment on the song because I didn't hear the song on the timeline. You know, people been putting stuff out there. I haven't even clicked on any parts, pieces, or any of this stuff. I don't even want the people on Twitter to get a view from me in regards to this. I don't want my history to show nothing with this nigga at all. You feel me? Jersey, you know how big of a fan I was from him. You know what I mean? Coming off all of this, Jersey have never been a fan or participated into this. And actually, Jersey is the only person on earth that I allow to hold it against me that I was a fan of this. Nobody else better not say that shit out their mouth. They already know what it is. But Jersey, he can get that one off from me. All right. So, be it that all of this is said, a couple rappers been real vocal about this. Snoop Dogg put out some comments. He already had a beef with Trippie Redd. Tory Lanez was just mad that he broke his quarantine radio viewership. He really don't got nothing to do with this shit. Even Drake had something to say about this little sly shit. You know, Drake a funny style nigga. He do like subliminal shit out there on his live story. Young Thug as well. But it was really Meek Mill who took that shit a little overboard for me personally. Like, you know, now Meek Mill is our street advocate, right? You know what I mean? He advocates for the street. You feel me? You like when it comes down to Meek Mill, like you believe him. He not like no fraud in the game type of shit. So when he comments on certain stuff or giving his past and all his legal troubles and everything he's been with, he's a real ass nigga. You feel me? I'm gonna say
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a real
yeah.
ass nigga.
Yeah, you
What
got some
I
stripes.
don't
Yeah.
like about this nigga is that he always meddles in some shit that don't have anything to do with him. Now, be it for exposing niggas online, he always have this thing on Twitter where he's such like a baby brat ass nigga. You feel me? Something always bothered him, ticking him off, and I didn't have a problem with him coming out and saying, you know we shouldn't be dealing with this rat. He's a rat. You feel me? I don't like the fact that he brought up, a rat killed Nipsey and stuff like that. That's a little bit crazy to come out there and say and make that type of comparison in this guy's situation as compared to what happened to Nipsey. But then he put out the tweet and the song is super trash.
I
Why
don't
is
even
that
know nothing
interesting?
about that. Like, see, that's the thing, man. Like, when it comes to I see what it is with the generations that have come after me. It just seems like they are so entertained by the lie more than the truth, and that they like watching the car crash and burn. Like they're in it for just pure entertainment. Like I don't think I think a lot of people have lost a lot of morals and having a stand of even having any type of morals has definitely been lost in humanity, if you ask me, because this is ridiculous shit. Like, how can we celebrate and give any type of attention to like certain bullshit, like regardless of the sentiments behind it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you already know how a certain lane of life operates and there's a violation against that, that's it. It's fraud. It's over. It's done with. But everybody is just so in tune with wanting to be entertained, and it's like people with the microwave attention spans. Like the shit is just like it's sick, man. It's fucked up, because it's like if y'all go for this and y'all willing to do this, then it's just like, man, it's only gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, you know what I'm saying? It just seems like the thirst for tragedy or the thirst for tragic bullshit is just the new thing, and it's just like that bar gets like set even lower, you know what I mean, in hell each time, you know what I'm saying? This dude literally is saying, I'm a rat, so the fuck what? I got people locked up, yada yada yada. I'm participating in this willingly, knowing the results and knowing what can happen. And you know what I mean, I still broke, you know what I mean, I still went against the code, whatever, don't have to respect it, like, you know what I mean, like it's so much, it's just a lot behind this, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's going to be more rappers, it's going to be more rappers, I'm telling you, it's going to be more rappers, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, because he really did show like a change in a time, like for real, like it's really odd to me, because when we talk about, like, all right, when we talk about street shit, all right,
Yeah.
and we have a G code over here, we follow the G code and stuff like that.
Right.
Everybody is not privy to that lifestyle. Everybody doesn't participate in that lifestyle, and that's the part that he's leaning into. That's the part that is going to give him the green light into it, where it's more square niggas than real niggas. So a square nigga is gonna always understand where he's coming from, because they would do the same.
If it was them, right? Yeah, it was
right.
them,
So they could see themselves in this guy. But when it comes down to him as an artist and stuff like that, it's crazy. He's just an industry plant.
Yeah.
Like, he's an industry plant. And I want to ask you, what's your definition of an industry plant? Because that even has changed a little bit too.
Like, it's almost to the point where it's just people that are put in place in certain positions to disrupt certain things, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that you might have an industry plant where they'll put a certain artist into a certain situation, or to get certain attention, just to suck attention from another artist that's in the same lane or same genre, to kill their sales, you know what I mean? Like, it's different ways that they can go with industry plans. But I'm starting to think now, with the whole hip hop police and shit, like, they just trying to knock niggas down, you know what I mean? Bobby went to jail. Like, it's so many people that went to jail. Like, a lot of rappers go to jail. A lot of people go to jail, you know what I'm saying? Or a lot of prominent black figures, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see too many, you know what I mean? Too many white entertainers go to jail. They get slapped on the wrist and they go to rehab and shit like that. But our rappers go to prison, or our rappers die. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is my thing. It's like, at the end of the day, like, you don't have to be street to sell records. Like, you really don't have to be street to sell records. You don't. Like, you know what I mean? Occupy your lane, live your life, you know what I'm saying? Don't get out here like being tough. I don't know when the fuck being tough started to look cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we grew up on hip hop in our era, like, you know what I mean, the blue and the golden era, we loved that so much because it told an authentic life that we could relate to. It wasn't nothing that we wanted to go out and do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I really can't think of nobody wanting to sell crack just because they heard rappers talk about it. Like, you know, that didn't happen until these later generations with these kids with all these little whatevers and all these tattoo faced ass niggas. Like, the shit is ridiculous. Like, it's a whole bunch of followers, you know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of sheep. So it's like, I mean, you would want to say that you would want artists to sit up there and change the trend, but at the same time, it seems like artists are willing to sell their soul to sit up there and, you know what I mean, for a couple spins and a couple sales, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't even going to try to break the mold, because now a lot of these older artists are trying to conform to what the new youngins is doing. When the older artists back in our day was the ones that set the trends. Like, you had new artists that dropped, but the OGs still set the trends, and, you know what I mean, like steered the path until the younger ones were able to step up and handle such a responsibility. You know what I
The
mean?
ones like that always came and went. That's where the element of the one hit wonder in hip hop came into play. Like those ones that was trendy, they would get their money, get out the game. You didn't really like follow a career with these type of individuals. They would come in, they would make something hot, and so it'd be some hard niggas that make one hit wonders too. But overall, like they would come in, they would get the bag, and it would be out, and it would just be this thing of okay, so and so got that shit off this year. So there's nothing else to see here, nothing else to do here. But it's crazy because like this thing of this industry plant is always bothered me, and it's a couple of definitions of an industry plant. At least in my eyes, one of them is somebody with no background all of a sudden becoming hot, where they don't have any background going on with them at all, and they're saying they grew up organically, they blew up organically, but they're
You can't trace
secretly
it.
they're secretly put in there by a label. So
Right.
that's one of the elements of an industry plant. Another one is somebody placed in the industry, like you were saying, for the sole purpose of keeping stereotypical and derogatory, you feel me, ideologies and stuff like that, just keep it in perpetual motion. Keep
Yeah.
that same element of degraded women, drugs, guns, killing, murder. Keep that same thing going on instead of having somebody else give somebody else a chance in the industry that might have a more powerful or positive message. And my theory on it too, industry plant to me, and this might fall in the line of cultural vulturism, is somebody from outside the community that all of a sudden is put in the forefront. They're taking that spot from somebody in the community that could do that same thing that they're doing, produce that same type of music, and they seem to be okay because they're giving artists we revere a bag in the process, features and touring with them and stuff like that. But they don't really stand for anything in the community. They don't have any real, you know, point of view from the community. It's all like this contrived thing. But since they align themselves with these other rappers that's out there and
Yeah.
getting the bag, it's like that. That's why I have a problem with somebody like um Meek Mill, and it's not on that level, but just on a musical thing. He has somehow aligned himself with some people that have their own shady background in this. Like, let's keep it real. Ti is somebody that he signed with first. Ti went to jail, but Ti always had this thing over him that he was a snitch and was working for him. And then he went to a label with Rick Ross, who was a CEO and didn't tell everybody these things and stuff like that. And still he go and align himself with it. So I mean, you the hardest nigga in the room, but you seem to always be around these type of situations too, though. And I really don't respect that. Also too, I want to say that an industry plant, some artists really have organic growth, and they grew up organically, and you've seen their growth, and they've been putting in work for years, and then they get into the industry and they become an industry plant. Now they wasn't put in there for that. They've got a solid fan base and stuff like that, but over time you see themselves selling out. Now selling out to me is the same kind of concept when it comes down to industry plant, because you're supposed to stand for something else. Now you're doing something totally different. You
It's
feel
just
me?
like,
Like it
yeah,
becomes odd. It goes back in the day. Like we would say that Wu Tang had an organic growth, and look, the whole world wants them and stuff like that. But in the '90s they was selling Saint Eyes and all of these things like that. So then it become like, oh, you wasn't really, you know what I mean? You wasn't really
yeah,
for elevating the people. You start aligning yourself with these things.
yeah.
That's
It
nothing
see
good for the
like
community.
yeah. See now back then when it was like the rappers and what I mean them along with shit like Saint Ides, like I kind of I understand what it was, but at the same time, I know in hindsight they wish they didn't take the bag. Like what I'm
Hmm.
saying, like they was looking at it like, okay, this is something that we came up on, we used in the hood, so they want to throw us a check, fuck it, you know what I mean? But I know hindsight, now you're like, man, why the fuck was we selling malt liquor to our people? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that bag wasn't really worth it to in the situation in the grand scheme of things of where they are now. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, like that's why I think, you know what I mean, we really do need to spread more knowledge, because it's like well, I mean, it's gotten way too far away from us. If they were selling St. Ides in the 90s now, and now we're to the point where it's all about like the federal snitching, and like, man, like the game has gotten far away from us, like for real, for
Yeah,
real. We
6
gotta,
Son, he comes across to me. He is a different type of industry plant. He is like a CIA industry plant. Like now, remember when he went to court? He started naming everybody he had beef with. He even threw Cardi B in there on the
Jim
come up, trying to
Jones,
get
yeah,
out. You
Jim
feel me?
Jones,
So like,
everybody.
he's this different type of thing, and it's because like when a civilian is in a situation like this, the only protection they have is from the government. Let's keep it real.
Yeah,
When Miss Mabel across the way see that you're trapped jumping and shit like that, she don't got nobody to call but the cops on you to try to get some normality back on her block, or you feel me, how it's supposed to be if y'all stepping out of line.
yeah.
So it's really weird because they don't really see. He just was always just had this, like, if anybody, everybody knew that this was gonna happen, right? But did anybody think that after he snitched he would have such a like just be so polarized? And still usually these people are blackballed.
Nah, nah.
Blackballed.
I want
Look
to
at
go back.
look
I
at
want to go
Troy
back and
Ave's career after just, and it's like it that's a situation where he had to save himself in a situation where it was like real war and shit, not all of this other shit that was going on. And like in my eyes, he'll always be a snitch. Like
yeah. But
when that,
see, the thing with Troy Ave is, though, Troy Ave didn't have that following. He ain't had a following that Tekashi
no.
had. Tekashi got suburbia. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Suburban America, that's TMZ. That's a whole different check. So you
That's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? Like he got that highlight between, you know what I mean, between the hood talk and then, you know what I mean, these other publications taking what the hood talks to entertain suburban America that's entertained by the hood. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It all worked hand in hand. So all that shit worked out. Like, anybody that didn't think that man wasn't going to come out, get out, and it have some kind of financial repercussions, like, everybody's getting paid.
Oh
Judges,
yeah.
judges and prosecutors, everybody got a little check. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I am
that shit
telling you,
crazy.
dog. I'm
This
telling you.
when have
And
we
it's
ever
crazy
seen?
because 6ix 9ine, he's only 24 years old. He's been a part of the culture per se for about 2-3 years tops now. You feel me? Very impactful. We're not gonna you can't really deny the impact that he's had. It's always been in a negative light. Whatever he's done, he's always been out here trying to expose real niggas. Like it's crazy. Like he's all like the bitch niggas always been out here trying to expose real niggas, from Chief Keef to, you know what I mean, or everything underneath the fucking sun that he was out here trying to do. It's just really crazy to me that we didn't fully turn our backs on it. Like, I'm so sick to see people make reference to this song, sick to see, other media platforms digging into this and all of this stuff. Now, it's one thing to be, it's one thing to be part of the media and want to make sure that you covering stuff and stuff like that too. But it's other ways to get around doing these type of things. I just find it really messed up. And like I said, I was a huge fan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could quote 6ix 9ine if I want to. I know all his features. I know everybody who was trying to align themselves with him prior to this, because he had such a powerful thing around. He had top names, just like Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, like people that people would die to have worked with and features with. This kid out the blue had all of this stuff. So you feel me? That just leans more into him being an industry plant. I did want to ask you, like, who's some industry plants that you see around now or seen on the come up?
Russ,
Russ.
Logic. Um,
Hold on, before you go into this, like, cause I got a little list here too, and it's like, okay, when you say Russ, right? Russ always said that he was independent. Do not be misled. He has a deal with Columbia Records. He's had that deal with Columbia Records since 2016. Okay, stop saying that you independent. It is not. You feel me? Once you partner up, and in the streaming era, you do not need a distributor. People are not really buying the physical things. Now we're in a new movement and stuff like that, where people are getting back into buying vinyls and stuff like that, collectible works and everything like that. You don't need to align yourself with no with no with no label if you have that organic fan base. So all right, you said Russ,
Yeah.
you said Logic.
Yes. He steals everybody. He bites everybody.
He's one of these people that put in have he has a body where he didn't drop out the blue. He's been rapping for a long time. You
Mm.
feel me? But once he got into the industry, he became he's a vulture.
He
You
became a
feel me? He
mirror. He
preys
became
upon
a
people with
mirror.
a less name than him overall, and he's able to take ideas. He's able to take Freddie Gibbs' album cover. He's able to take Joyner Lucas's Suicide Song and stuff like that, and nobody blinks an eye nor cares because his fan base ain't based in our culture. His fan
Right.
base is outside the culture. When Netflix came out with the Rapture special and stuff like that, like he had 1,000 fans. They like and like in the crowd of people, it was like nobody was black. It was crazy to me. I will never forget that image of him doing tour after tour after tour, and nobody black is there. Nobody
Ever.
Asians, well, whatever. Nobody was black there. It was crazy. All right, who else you think is a industry plant?
Mm, those two for sure. Like I'm trying. I can't really think off the top, but I know those two for sure because they're really, really trash.
All right, I'm gonna say a couple names to you, and I want to see how you feel about them, and then maybe I can give some information about them. Roddy Rich.
No.
You don't think Roddy Rich is an industry plant?
Uh-uh.
Why not?
Because his like it's it's like he has a bit of an organic building, you know what I mean, from a local because he's out of Cali, you know what I mean.
Right.
Cali has a lot of music, so you know what I mean. He just got the right cosign by a certain person that just so happened to die around the time that he gave the cosign, which blew the song up. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy that happened too, but it's weird because I can't find no music from Son.
What you mean, like mixtapes? He got
Like
mixtapes.
he got two. Like this is what I'm saying. Like he has two mixtapes. You feel me? He signed with Atlantic Records, slash his own label. This was early on in his career. He's been around for about 4 or 5 years, and he's definitely is signed to a label and was signed to a label for a number of years. So when we see something like that, because like okay, we seen Nipsey bring him out at Powerhouse. We see Meek Mill bring him out at Powerhouse over here. He has a song
Yeah.
with DJ Mustard and all of this stuff going on, but to drop an album that had that much success out of the blue. This was just the end of last year. Number one single off it. I'm not sure if his body of work really translate to that. This is an instance where people was put onto him after the fact, maybe. But I just want to throw it out there. I just want
Oh
to,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, see what's going on with a couple of it. How you feel about Lizzo?
Yeah, I, I think yeah, I think like she's like a plant, like but it's like the reason why I say she's a plant is because she's not talented. She's just a personality.
That's that's kind of crazy because Lizzo, she could sing. She has her own aesthetic, her own feel. She's been around for a long time too. It's after she got into the game what she's been doing to maintain relevancy in the game.
What does she sing?
You know what? Me personally, I'm not into the singing jump
I
offs
don't know, but
popping.
but even for her to be a singer and be popping, you know what I mean? It's not in our lane. It's not
Yeah,
she like I put it like this. There's more black people that know Adele songs than they know Lizzo songs.
that's a fact. That's a major fact,
You feel
to
me?
be honest with you. But seemingly just came out the blue. Nobody not really familiar with her body of work. After she comes in the game, she, you know what I mean, she's acting all weird. She acting unartist like an artist. Like you feel me? You would revere or look up to or anything like that. Like nobody don't want to see your ass at Staples Center, darling. Like you feel me? Nobody don't want all of this shit popping though. I ain't forget, nigga. I ain't forget. All right. In most recent, like, just shut up. The most recent, like, a major industry plant that everybody seems to not even care is Cardi B. Now, this is somebody who had no musical background, no musical talents involved. was just a personality that they decided to throw into a lane, and here she is popped off. Now she only had two mixtapes underneath her belt before she came out with Bodak Yellow and all of this stuff like that. Definite industry plant, but nobody cares that she's an industry plant. Like, they just cared that she ushered in a new wave and took the old wave out. Something that they was tired of. They with Nicki Minaj. Some, just like you said before, some artists is here just to brush out that other, like those other artists that was there before them, and bring something new to the table. But she didn't have any musical background. Like, we seen her on a show trying to do these things and stuff like that, but we seen her on a show. We seen her visually on the show. Like, it's not the same. So like, she's one of the most successful industry plants that we have now. Even though she's real, she's solid, she's this, but she was definitely placed, put in this position and in this place. It wasn't nothing like no hard work on to come up in the music industry for her. You know, a lot of people say Chance the Rapper is an industry plant.
I was going to say him. Like, I wanted to say him, and it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Cardi with her, the difference with Cardi though is she went the IG route. She was like the OG of winning on the IG route to me. Like, she, you know what I mean? She got popping enough to where her IG blew up to where they put her on a Love and Hip Hop, and people took to her personality to where she could be a one-hit wonder, and people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's still weird, like, because the way that they make artists, like, they make artists different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we came from an era of groomed artists where nowadays you could put something and upload it on YouTube, and if it gets enough hits, you're going to get a deal just because of the attention that you attract and the draw that you attract. So it's like, I don't know. I think Chance, I don't know. Like, Chance possibly, yeah, because like, kind of remember what he started out with, and then he just went super ass. You know what I'm saying? He was doing Kit Kat commercials and all that bullshit.
Out of the clear blue sky, without like we always say on the show, and I always bring up on the show, like, how do I know you but don't know a song from you? I can't say a hook from you. I can't do this from you out of the blue up until, you know, you did a song with 2 Chainz, that, you know what I mean, a couple years back or whatever have you. But, you know, people live and die by acid rap from him and stuff like that. And he was rapping all these years prior too, but I just didn't understand how he came about like that and stuff. And it's not like he's bringing out any derogatory messages or anything like that. He's very, you know, supposedly, you know, clean, very clean guy. You feel me? It's all good though. Listen, I'm gonna ask you. Okay, I'm gonna ask you about two people. I'm gonna ask you about the baby first, right? So the baby, is that an industry plant in your eyes?
Nah. The reason why I say that,
baby,
yeah, he don't be in the mix. He don't be in too many other people's mixes, and he got his own shit. He's on his own way out. Like, he was just some, like, I think, like, he's just one of those people that just he just caught his break on, like, his little wave, whether it be a YouTube or IG clips with the music. I think he just caught his wave. You know what I'm saying?
this is the same man that was out there, a full grown man in a diaper.
A gimmick, exactly. He sell, like, there's some people that sell themselves for gimmicks. There's other people that are placed there. Like, he sold himself,
Okay.
and that diaper gimmick was just them. You know what I mean? Saying, "Hey, I'll lay down and do whatever for $1." You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I respect it. We just, you know what I
That's
mean,
fucking terrible.
we trying to separate the English from the Dutch over here. It's crazy as hell.
He ass.
Uh, he's ass. Famous quote by Jersey.
Right, yeah.
For some real shit though, Post Malone, he's one of the biggest industry plants that we have. Not only, you know, not only does he like have all the success and stuff like that, he actually speaks very negative about hip hop in general. And he's one of these ones who said that, you know, hip hop doesn't have emotional music and stuff like that. He reminds me of Russ in the same way Russ would wag his finger at the regular black artist and say, "You're not as big as me. You're not that." Meanwhile, you're tapping into a whole different industry in a lane. So I really have a problem with Post Malone. I have a problem with people that do features with Post Malone, even though you're gonna get the bag, you're gonna get spins, you're gonna get the listens on the radio and stuff like that. So I understand why, but I don't understand really how you can align yourself with somebody who don't even feel your music, then have no struggle in there, none of that. It's crazy. It's crazy as hell. And everybody has worked with Post Malone.
Everybody.
Everybody is sickening to me. I boycott this man all day and night. You feel me? I don't care. That White Iverson shit didn't never move me like that.
Ever.
Let me ask you a question. What you feel about Blueface?
I want to say industry plant, because only reason why I say industry plant is because nobody ever respected him or his talent, and he still blew up. Like, you know what I mean? It was like kind of forced on us. So yeah, like,
Cat, I want to tell you something about Blueface you don't know. Did you know Blueface is signed to Cash Money Records?
yes,
I didn't know that shit. And I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, I never knew he was signed to Cash Money
Cash
Records,
Money
dog.
West with Whack. What is it? Whack 100? Yeah, Cash Money
Whack
West.
100 was the management and whatever have
Yeah,
you. Now, Whack 100, he worked with a lot of people. I would never associate Blueface with fucking Cash Money Records. Like, on some real shit, this nigga Birdman is a fucking genius. He's still out here trying to get this bag over this boy. Like, it's crazy as hell. I never knew that, Jersey. Like, on some real shit, I never knew that. When I was sitting here and I was doing what I do, I was like, Cash Money Records, dog. I went back and looked through every body of work that this man has ever put out, because it's been several mixtapes. I never knew he was associated with Cash Money Records. I'm looking at everybody crazy off of that one on some real shit. Now, everybody say Drake is an industry plant. You feel me? Is that something you feel is an industry plant?
man. Listen, when you go from the when you go from one of the greatest after school specials to one of the greatest rappers or pop artists in the world.
Okay, I'm
Yo,
saying
listen, on his rise to rap fame, he's hung with a lot of people and bitten a lot of styles.
the industry plant. Okay, okay. You know, it's a difference between being an industry plant and an industry rapper. You feel me? That you rap, you're an industry rapper, you're an industry plant. The only reason why I won't lean towards him being a plant is because he kind of had to grind in the Cash Money sweatshop for his spot. Like, he was over there a long time. Yeah, a long. Listen, this man has been around for a long time, dog. Before he got the chance, like Nicki Minaj got the chance before Drake, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, it's really crazy when you sit here and you think about these things. But you know, once you on and stuff like that. I want to bring up one more artist, and then, you know what I mean, we can get the fuck out of here. And I want to make sure everybody's comments or who they think is an industry plan and all of this stuff is going on. Hey, yo, remember we said at the beginning of this that some people turn into an industry plant in the game?
Mm.
Kanye West. Kanye West to me has now turned into an industry plant. And it's crazy because we seen him come up. We seen him be with one of the most thoroughest crews ever. We seen him be very, very vocal about the conditions and the situations of black people on a national scale, broad scale, and stuff like that. Only for years later to him align himself with fucking Magna and to like total flip side. The only reason he does gospel music is because he sees an untapped market that makes a lot of money. You feel me? Like, just an untapped genre that makes a lot of money, that only a couple of songs come through in there. You feel me? Every now and again. But he's utilizing this in the wrong way. It's very contrived, and he has really turned into an industry plant. I don't know if it's his own industry, because he has his own label. He has all this stuff, but he's turned into an industry plant in my eyes. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't really say nothing else.
Fuck him.
Like, yeah, everything, especially after Donald Trump got elected president and how he goes hard. Like, I'm starting to think of Kanye in the light or the line of Jim Jones. So stop drinking the Kool-Aid, y'all. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. And if you
Oh yeah,
don't
he's
know,
if
and if y'all,
anybody.
yeah, if y'all don't know what that is, go like use Google, man. Read a book. You know what I'm saying?
Not Jim
Try to
Jones, the
stop.
rapper. The Jim Jones that they took the rapper, the
Not
rapper
Jim
to the
Jones the
police.
rapper, but listen, Jim Jones the rapper got his name from Jim Jones the preacher. Find out
That's a
about
fact.
Jim. And Jim
He's
Jones the preacher
definitely.
wasn't black. He wasn't
Look
black.
up Jim Jones. Look up Jonestown. All right, just know what you gotta do in these situations like that. But he's definitely somebody who now has become an industry plant. Um, it's crazy as hell because ASAP Rocky seemed like one of these types to me too that had an organic come up in the following, and now look what he does. Look how he maneuvers in the game. Look what the image of himself he puts out there with. He aligns himself with all this faggotry and shit like that. I don't even know no other word to say for it. And I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? I apologize. You feel me? Jersey, beep it out if you have to. But
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
but but it's just real crazy to see some of these people how they have changed or try to reinvent themselves in the game, and that's come across really nuts. As opposed to Young Thug, we wouldn't call an industry plant because he's always been on this fine line and stuff like that. A Lil Nas X, you wouldn't call an industry plant per se. I don't think that's an industry plant, right?
No, I wouldn't know. You want to know how? Because
Uh,
I know his method of how he blew up, and that shit was crazy. But
mm,
it was smart marketing, and he just worked the fuck out the algorithms that's on social media. He knew what to do. You know what I mean? The right
right.
words for the right search, and the right clip, and that right clip for his song, a funny ass clip for his song. So he went viral. He did it the microwave attention span. You know what I mean? He did it.
Mm,
He worked that to, you know what I mean, perfection. So. Nah, not an industry plan. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we haven't seen him sell himself for that check. You know what I mean? He just played the position.
yeah, he's playing his position. It's crazy as hell. You know an industry plant when you see them because somebody will get hot and then you'll see carbon cutouts of them repeatedly after Little Pumps, Little Xans, all these people, they all emulate Lil Yachty's look, all of these stuff. Even Lil Uzi Vert had the same look and stuff
Yeah,
about him, even though his music was sometimes they use it as a gimmick, but they should not fall victim to becoming an industry plant or be used in the wrong situation when it comes down to being signed to some of
yeah.
these labels and stuff like that. But me and Jersey just really want to come through here, let niggas know like what y'all doing is insane out here. Stop giving light to all of this bullshit that's going on, because what's gonna happen is that if you don't sit down with the youth and let them know, listen, man, this is just really out of line, it's going to like just
Keep
it's going to
going.
perpetuate into some whole crazy shit. And I guarantee that 6ix9ine get a couple other niggas locked up along the way. Watch what happens. Watch what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. So
Part
like,
of his rollout is getting niggas locked up. Watch what happens.
I'm telling y'all, man. Listen, y'all got 2 feet, 10 toes. Stand tall on them. You know what I mean? Have your own morals. You know what I mean? Have your own code. You know what I'm saying? But if you apply to this street life, live by it, die by it. Like that's what it is, man. There's no in or out, man. It's not a game. So, you know what I mean? If
That's
you're
a
not
fact.
built like it, just fall back. That's all simple as that. Ain't nobody at the
Ain't
end of
nobody
the day,
pressing you.
yeah, and why you give a fuck about what niggas think around you if they ain't taking care of you, you know what I mean? If they ain't doing nothing to enhance your life, man. Fuck opinions, man. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
You already know.
Yeah.
Well, as always, it's always a pleasure. We just cutting through here real quick, but we about to get the out of here. You feel me? I'm Meta Money. You can follow me on Twitter at L_S_C_D_. I got my man right here.
Jersey the 420 Chef, you know where to find me at. Info down there, Instagram and Twitter, just the same. So repeat the name. Holla at us, man. We in the building. LSCD staying rat free.
We out here. I don't know what rank for you. You feel me? I'm down how I like. It's